Well, Falcons fans, the wait is over and the pick is in. Ultimately, at number 8, Atlanta went Bijan Robinson, running back out of Texas. I have some mixed emotions on this pick, probably like a lot of you watching right now, because on one hand, Atlanta got what I believe is a bust-proof top 10 running back, but on the other hand, they used a top 10 pick on a running back after having a 1,000-yard rusher like Tyler Algier last year, who was a 5th-round pick. So maybe it's a bit of a reach, but on the other hand, we are talking about what I believe is a can't-miss prospect in Bijan Robinson, the number 1 running back prospect in his original signing class, 5'11", 215 pounds. He's honestly the perfect mold for what you look for in a back. Now, The Athletic's Dane Brugler has this to say on Bijan. Robinson is the complete package as both a runner and receiver with vision, instincts, and elusive traits that will translate well to the NFL. He is one of the most talented players in this draft class. Let me give you guys some of my raw takeaways from this pick, because part of me wants to be excited about this pick for the Falcons, right? Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. That is a great young nucleus right there. And whoever the quarterback is, they've got a lot to work with. Bijan is going to be a great player. He is Christian McCaffrey in Leonard Fournette's body. He's the complete package. He can run between the tackles. He has a great burst outside. He's a great receiving threat. He can pass block. He can do anything you ask for him. He does not, running backs like this do not come around every single year. He is the perfect Madden running back you create where you max out at 99 for every single character trait. The only question is, did they pick the best guy they could have gotten at number 8, right? They went with Bijan Robinson over Jalen Carter, who, as I film this right now, is going to be selected by the Philadelphia Eagles. So that is going to be a question that is going to hang over Falcons fans and this team for quite some time. I like Bijan Robinson. I want to believe in this pick, and I want to believe in what Terry Fontenot is doing, but this might be a let's get some butts in seats kind of pick, right? Let's get the crowd back into this team, and let's get a playmaker. So grade the pick for me. A, B, C, D, or F. We talked about Bijan to the Falcons for quite some time on the channel. We warned you guys. I think the exact wordage was, buckle up and prepare because it's happening. And sure enough, Bijan, you are an Atlanta Falcon. Now, some stats from his last season in Austin: 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns. He was a 3-year starter for the Longhorns. He was Sark's lead back, 1,000-yard rusher in back-to-back seasons. Our NFL draft expert, Tom Downey, had these notes on Robinson, if you're not quite familiar with him. Fantastic blend of vision, cutting, playmaking, and balance. Able to get skinny to fit holes with the burst to explode through them. He has room to grow as a pass blocker. That's perfectly fine. There's not a ton of players that come out of college and they are ready to take on NFL linebackers. Now, make sure to subscribe, by the way, if you have not already. We are your home for the entire NFL draft. So don't miss a thing when it comes to Falcons draft picks. We'll keep you guys in the loop with breakdowns for each and every single pick. Now, more on Bijan here. Bijan as a player, he's a very great athlete. I don't think anyone can overstate that. He ran a 4.46 40, so he has great speed, and honestly, he runs faster in pads than probably out of pads. The big question is, should the Falcons have taken a running back at number 8, right? That is what's going to hold people up for a while, where you can be happy about this pick, because in a lot of ways, it's the safe pick. It's not even just like a single or a double. It's a standing triple, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you could have gone with a home run Jalen Carter, who I think is the best player overall in this draft class, but Atlanta decides to go a bit of the safer route and go with Bijan Robinson. Now, here's what I want to say to everyone saying, you don't pick a running back in the first round. That's not the cool thing to do. You get one late, and they're very productive. You're not necessarily wrong, because case in point, Tyler Algier, right? And I'm very sorry, Tyler Algier, but after a 1,000-yard season, you have now been demoted as the team's second-string running back. But also, Bijan Robinsons don't come around every single year. He's not going to be a player that's going to be just on this team for his rookie contract, and he'll be Zeke. He's better than Zeke was coming out of college. He is going to be this team's leading rusher for the next 9 to 10 straight seasons. And he's going to be a fan favorite. He's going to be Falcons fans' favorite player on this team for the next couple of years. Could you have gotten a more impact player to help get wins at the number 8 spot? Potentially. I think Christian Gonzalez, opposite of A.J. Terrell, would have been awesome. Jalen Carter up front with that growing and improving defensive line led by Grady Jarrett would have been a lot of fun for the future. But Bijan is a generational talent. So I'm going to wrap my head around this selection for Atlanta because they got a surefire thing. A lot of teams get first-round draft bust. Go look at any draft from the last 3 or 4 years. Half of the guys are not going to get a second contract with their team. I am confident that Bijan Robinson is going to get a second contract. Now, Jalen Carter was still on the board. Christian Gonzalez was still on the board. But Tyree Wilson was taking the pick before. You got to wonder if that impacted Fontenot's strategy out in Flowery Branch in their war room. But ultimately, Robinson goes to Atlanta. And like I said, Desmond Ridder, you're going to learn a lot about him as a quarterback when you have a very strong and capable ground game and run game to lean on, spearheaded by Bijan Robinson. He is instantly, by the way, I think, and this might not even be that hot of a take, a top 10 running back in the NFL. You're just getting that pro-ready of a player. There's not going to be any growing pains as a rookie for Bijan Robinson. He will step into the lineup week 1, and he will look like a guy who's been there for 3 or 4 years, and he's hitting his prime. I am just that sold on Bijan as a player. I am getting all the way drunk on the Bijan Robinson Kool-Aid as a player. The only question is, was 8 the right spot to take him? That is what the debate is going to be over. No one should argue Bijan's a good player. Bijan's an outstanding player. But was he the right pick for number 8? Do you go running back at 8? Or do you go with a Jalen Carter or Christian Gonzalez? And you find a running back in day 2 or day 3 that won't be as good as Bijan Robinson. But as Tyler Algier showed last year, you could eke out 1,000 yards in the 5th round of the draft. So with that being said, who do you want the Falcons to draft next? I gotta think they're gonna go defense next. Maybe they go with a cornerback in round 2. Maybe they go with a B.J. Ojulari out of LSU. Let me know what you're thinking down below in the comment section. That's going to do it for us on today's video. We're going to have draft grades and way more content coming your way all weekend long. So make sure to subscribe. Don't miss a thing when it comes to your Dirty Birds, and we'll see everyone later.